Hi everyone, welcome to a quick sponsor. So I've partnered with Psychic Source and this is an amazing platform. So they only hire 2% of psychics, which means everybody on this platform is very good at what they do, and they've done over 10 million readings. So YouTube Tarot is great and TikTok, but if you're looking to speak to somebody directly and quickly, then this is what you want to be doing. They're doing deals at this time. If you sign up in the link below, you get 10 minutes for 30 minutes, you get 5 minutes for 20 minutes. I hope I'm saying this correctly. And you get 3 minutes for 10 minutes. So you get 3 minutes and you can try different psychics and test it for yourself. But it's just an amazing platform if you want to speak to honest, really, really good people. In other words, you can see here they're just normal people. You know, just normal, cool people. There's men, there's women. They do phone reads, they do chat reads, they do video reads, which is awesome because it's what you feel comfortable with. So maybe you don't want to speak to someone face to face, but you'd like to call somebody. It's for men, it's for women, it's for everybody. So check it out in the description box below. I'm very picky. People know this. They've known me for a long time. I'm very careful with who I endorse, but I do believe that this is a great platform. It's been featured in the news. It's awesome. So check it out in the description box below.
Hi Taurus, welcome to your updated messages. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we can see for Taurus. What is the messages for Taurus at this time? Like the video, comment. If you want to book a session, it's in the description box below. Okay, what is the message for Taurus? Eight of Pentacles reversed. And the Emperor. So I feel like some of you could be out of work right now. Or something you're doing is not working. Okay, for the Taurus woman, there could be a message at this time to not put any more work into this person. Okay, so I feel like some of you are dealing with a masculine, and the message here is this person's not worth the investment. So the Eight of Pentacles upright is where we work on a relationship, we work on a business, we put energy, we put investment, but reverse, we just stop doing it. It ain't working. So the message here for Taurus is maybe you've been in a relationship, maybe you're dating someone, maybe this is a boss who you've given your best version to. Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is often someone who is betraying themselves. Your thoughts could also be betraying you. So this is where we argue with our own mind. It's like deep down we know the truth, but we just keep trying to negotiate. You know, we keep negotiating. But I feel like with the Ten of Swords, it's like, no. There's no... The King of Pentacles reversed. I feel like for you Taurus men, something is not working, or you're not working. So for the Taurus man, there could be some self-sabotage here. Okay? It could also be you working for someone and this person is like just dragging you down. They're not valuing you. The Hierophant. So there's a message as well that for some Tauruses you want to write a book. But I feel like there's also the message to look at yourself right now, the life you want to live, your values. Is the job that you're currently in or the relationship you're currently in alignment with your current values? And if the answer is no, I have a cough, so I'll have to pause it in moments. If the answer is no, it's time to go back. So in other words, a lot of people, maybe they're religious, they live from the Bible, they live from the Quran. But most people, you have your own inner system, you have your own Bible, right? In other words, you have your own values. And I feel like there's a message here that you're kind of fighting for things, or you're in directions that are misaligned. Okay. That are misaligned with who you are. It's time to get back to yourself. It's time to take yourself back. That's the message, Taurus. Okay? Where is Taurus actively sabotaging themselves at this time, please? Ten of Pentacles. So where you're actively sabotaging yourself is in a marriage that doesn't work no more, or in some kind of company. So I feel like the message here is you're working in some kind of company, or you're in a marriage and it just doesn't work anymore. You need to stop avoiding something. Seven of Swords reversed is like no more avoiding. When we go back to our internal compass, when we say, does this company, does this way of life, does this person align with my true value system? Because that's what a religion is. It's a value system, but ultimately it's a system. We live a certain way, we act in certain conduct. When you ask yourself that question, you've already got the answer. Some of you Taurus, you already have the answer, but you're ignoring the answer. Okay? I feel like for the Taurus man, you're allowing yourself to be run around by some other man, by a boss, by someone who, maybe this person is making you your worst version. So maybe this person is starting to get you to do things that really move you away from your moral compass. You got to be careful. Okay? Strength reversed. Okay, so tell me some good stuff that is coming for Taurus, please, for the Wands. So I do think some of you Taurus, and I think you're very capable of it, by betting on yourself, there's a lot you can achieve. No one can build businesses like Taurus, because Taurus is very stubborn. And when Taurus sets its mind to something, ain't nobody stopping them. But some of yous right now, you're being stubborn at your own demise. You're being stubborn at your own expense. In other words, it's not benefiting you. Okay? The Four of Wands can be somebody who, say you've been in the corporate world, you now go into the digital world, and because of your knowledge, you're able to build your own thing. Nothing is ever wasted, right? Life is just a journey. It's a set of experiences. A lot of people who do the corporate world, banking world, all these type of jobs, which Taurus tend to do, because they tend to work for the system, then tend to go into the digital world and do very well. You know? So you need to bet on yourself now. But you also need to stop fucking yourself. And I feel like where Taurus is doing this is, the red flags couldn't be redder. They couldn't be redder. You know? And I understand, like, some of you Taurus, it's about deep down, you know. It's like, I need to recreate myself. I need to start again. I know how overwhelming that is. If you've spent years in a marriage or years in a company, it's overwhelming. It's like, I gotta start again. It's like, yeah. Sometimes we're forced to start again. Sometimes it's a choice to start again. Which one is it for you? But there's something around starting again, okay? Because what you're currently doing is not beneficial to you. It's beneficial to this emperor. It's beneficial to the system. It's beneficial to someone else other than you. Okay? Okay, it's time to get out of research mode and start putting things into action. And I heard something around big investors. Some of you have got an idea. And I feel like this idea, and then the Four of Wands is the good, is that you build some kind of community. Okay, and so this community is going to be substantial in future investments or future sales. Page of Pentacles, this person is learning new money. Okay, so it's the modern day where they call it the new money. You're learning new money, right? Maybe you want investors for some kind of idea or some kind of company. Okay, so you're learning how you get those investors. You start to network with the Four of Wands. You start to put yourself in those places. You stop doing the courses. You stop watching the TikTok. You start taking action, right? It's time for action if this is something that's been in your mind, because I feel like it's going to be massively successful. Okay, but some of you, I'm telling you now, a relationship, the Two of Swords, like, I feel like there's some kind of cheating here as well. So someone could be married and maybe they've cheated. Maybe someone is married and they're thinking, I'll just keep the marriage, which Taurus can definitely do. You know, I'll just keep the marriage. I'm not happy in the marriage, but I don't want to separate the assets. And, you know, I'll just keep the marriage and I'll maybe have a bit on the side. The Hierophant is always about Maybe it's about, the Hierophant can be when we took our wedding vows, the commitment we made before God. You know? So the good thing about upholding a value system is it's the thing that anchors us when we're tempted. Right? It's like discipline. Anyone can be motivated, but when you're disciplined, you do it regardless of how you feel. Motivation and discipline, two different things. When I discipline myself, my body has become disciplined to act no matter what. When I motivate myself, I kind of do it on a Monday and then don't pick it up till the Saturday because it's temporary. Okay? So there could also be a marriage that could be redeemed. In other words, maybe you're being challenged in that marriage and maybe you're undecided to a sort about whether to leave that marriage, and maybe going back to the wedding tape or going back to good memories or going back to when you said your vows. Maybe you've got a video of that, you know. Maybe you've still got the paper, because you know all marriages, they have the dead period, they have the up period, it doesn't mean you should leave. Okay, so there's something around a message there for some of yous with that. Some of yous though, you're in a dead marriage, you're in something that it only lets you be your lowest version. It's like you're the mother, you're the wife, you do everything for everybody else, but you feel like there's no space for you. You don't feel like you can be you because you had the Empress reversed. For the Taurus man, you could actually be the Emperor. I've just heard that with the Hermit, with the King of Pentacles reversed. But you need to revalue your moral compass. You need to look at who you're becoming and the price you're paying for that on a spiritual level. Right? So this can be looking at our ethics, looking at our morality, looking at how we win, who pays the price for that, something around that. Okay, so but I think it's time for Taurus. You know, some of you, you're happy in your marriage, it's your career. Some of you, you're happy in your career, it's your marriage. But there's definitely something for you to look at. Some of you are going in circles. You're just going in circles. The Fool reversed is also a person who's stuck in a company. They're stuck in a dead-end job, but they're not willing to take risk. The Fool reverse doesn't take risk, not in risk, not in gained. If we don't risk, we can't get nothing. Okay? So you're going to have to take a risk. If you're going to build these ideas, if you're going to build these products, you're going to have to take a risk. Okay? Final message for Taurus, please. Knight of Cups reversed. Some of you have been dating someone, so I'm not even getting this being a marriage. I feel like you've been dating someone, you've been seeing someone. It's going nowhere, Taurus. This person's not going to commit to you. They're not solid and they're not serious. And I feel like that's the message for Taurus. Like, that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for fuckboys. You're not looking for people who are in it for the temporary. You want to build. You're not looking to go to a company that has people in and out the door and doesn't invest in the people. This is also preparing for the world that's coming. By building your own thing, nobody can fire you. No one can lay you off like it's your thing. You're preparing for the future. So there's something about this, right? I feel like there's another message. Is there any other message for Taurus, please? Be honest about what's not working. Take your investment away. Don't complain. Take your investment away. Three of Pentacles, chipping away. Chipping away. You know, someone said this to me the other day, you know, you need to try and make it work. And I said to them, you know what I'm sick of? And they said, what? I said, trying to make it work. I'm sick of it. My whole life I've been trying to make things work. I'm sick of it. It should not be that hard. And the jaw dropped and he was like, you're right. I'm not saying don't work on things. I'm not saying don't invest on them. But it's like when you find yourself just like you're always trying to make it work with people. You're always trying to make... No. I'm done. Try things. Invest in things. Give people your energy. Give people your time. But know when to stop. That's what this is. Right? You know? Stop effing yourself, right? The Queen of Pentacles reversed. Like, King of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Some of you're going in the wrong direction. You know, your energy is misdirected. You're not living from your true core principles. Maybe you're going from job to job, relationship to relationship. Maybe you keep manifesting people who are not appreciating you. Some of you are jobless right now, but oh, that was a message I heard. Some of you are jobless right now, but you're meant to be. You know when you're trying to look for a job and you keep getting doors knocked in your face? Maybe it's because you're not supposed to be in a job. Maybe you're supposed to be the boss. Maybe you're the one supposed to be given the jobs. Think about it, right? So this is what people do. They try fitting in the matrix. They try safety, you know? And some of you are like, but I've got bread and butter and I get it. But why cause yourself a lifetime of pain when you can just put the work in, figure it out, trust yourself? Okay? So I feel like for some Tauruses right now, especially if you're jobless or you're being challenged, it's because you're not listening to yourself. You're not being rejected, you're being protected because your direction is not that. It's not in some 9 to 5. It's you are the pioneer. You are supposed to build something. You need to listen now. Listen to yourself. Listen to your instinct. Listen. Trust me. You'll be shocked. But like I said, no one can do it like Taurus. So if you've got doubt, maybe you need to cleanse because maybe you've been listening to too many matrix out here who've got inside you. You need to trust yourself. Okay, let them live the comfort life. Let them follow the matrix system. That's their journey, not yours. You need to trust yourself. But some of years, I think it's time to revise your life, revise your investments. Investments are not always a job and financial. Sometimes it's emotional. And it's time to say, where are we going? Because if this ain't going anywhere, I'm out. Okay? You need to invest in what? Invest in you. Not things that are stripping you down. Not things that are wearing you out. Making you feel small. No. Like the video, comment, check the endorsement video at the end of the video. You go and speak to someone now about your career, love life, whatever you're going through. If you want to speak to me, check out my website. Please, Taurus, just a quick like. Just show appreciation, it's free. And also a comment would also be, because Taurus did reach out to me and say, Elisa, would you do a video? So tonight, I thought, oh, I'll do Taurus. Because a couple of Taurus, they reached out and he was like, Elisa, please, would you do a Taurus? There's your Taurus. Enjoy, and I'll speak to you soon.
Hi everyone, welcome to a quick sponsor. So I've partnered with Psychic Source and this is an amazing platform. So they only hire 2% of psychics, which means everybody on this platform is very good at what they do and they've done over 10 million readings. So YouTube Tarot is great and TikTok, but if you're looking to speak to somebody directly and quickly, then this is what you want to be doing. They're doing deals at this time. If you sign up in the link below, you get 10 minutes for 30 minutes, you get 5 minutes for 20 minutes, I hope I'm saying this correctly, and you get 3 minutes for 10 minutes. So you get 3 minutes and you can try different psychics and test it for yourself. But it's just an amazing platform if you want to speak to honest, really, really good people. In other words, you can see here they're just normal people. You know, just normal, cool people. There's men, there's women. They do phone reads, they do chat reads, they do video reads, which is awesome because it's what you feel comfortable with. So maybe you don't want to speak to someone face to face, but you'd like to call somebody. It's for men, it's for women, it's for everybody. So check it out in the description box below. I'm very picky. People know this. They've known me for a long time. I'm very careful with who I endorse, but I do believe that this is a great platform. It's been featured in the news. It's awesome. So check it out in the description box below.